last, but certainly not least, offensive lineman, Wyatt Milum. Questions for Wyatt? Greg?
So Wyatt, I mean, we talked about this some in the spring, but does it feel odd without Zach and Doug, and does that put leadership on your plate more to do some of the things that they would have done in the past?
Yeah, it's a little weird, cause especially you coming into college and having Frage and Doug there. But just growing into a leadership role, yeah, I feel like. But a good thing is that we have an old group. We have Jaquay Hubbard, Brandon Yates, Nick Malone, Tomas. So it's really, they're older guys and they know what the standard is here. So yeah, it's a leadership role, but it's a good thing because we have older players on the O-line.
Who among you, and maybe all of you, will snatch a guy and say, no, this isn't how it's done, and be maybe more of a vocal leader?
I say the other person would probably be Quay. Quay's more of he's an energy guy, but he don't let none of that slide either. So I'd say probably Quay would be the other guy.
You don't do that too much?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, if they're not doing what they're supposed to, I'll get on them, but the other person, Quay.
I'd imagine that you're somewhat aware of the off-season hype and recognition, all that you've been receiving. How has that been different for you? How do you keep yourself grounded with all of that? What are your thoughts on
I just don't. I don't pay attention to that stuff. Preseason's preseason, so I'm just focusing on helping this team win a Big 12 championship right now. I'm just focusing on football right now, trying to get better.
You get any advice from Zach or anyone on how to handle all that because he dealt with it?
No, me and Frage never really talked about that stuff either. So me and him, I think we just don't pay attention to it because we're just here to play football and we're trying to make this team better. And again, I'm just trying to help this team win a Big 12 championship.
What's your area of improvement? Where have you concentrated in the offseason?
Consistency in my pass protection, using my hands, striking, stuff like that.
You better.
Frazier, what did you learn from Frazier during his time here and your time?
Really, the biggest thing Frazier taught me was routine. Just coming in early, taking care of, doing the body maintenance that you need, doing the recovery. I think that's the biggest thing, Frazier. Just taking care of your body was the biggest thing he taught me.
And what would you like to leave behind for the guys coming up next?
Just I like to leave this. You got to work hard. You got to love the game. You got to love the game of football. And also just taking care of your body because that's a big part. Because especially as an O lineman, your shoulders, it gets wear and tear on them throughout the season. So just taking care of your body and doing recovery.
Talk a little bit about loving the game as an offensive tackle. I mean, it seems like it's fun to run for a touchdown, but somewhere along the line, it doesn't seem to just knocking people down or getting knocked down.
Offensive line, I love it. I love hitting people. So offensive line's my position, so I wouldn't want to play any other position.
Ryan, Sean was talking about how when he plays on the inside, Sean Martin,
Yeah.
that he likes to go with finesse moves because he thinks that the offensive linemen are anticipating bull rush power moves. How much are you anticipating technique from the person across from you versus just reacting to what they present to you?
Well, just going up against the, especially our teammates, you know what they're on. You have a good idea of what they're going to do. So Sean, he's more like a power guy, but he has finesse moves. So you just got to, but if you're going up against other players that we play against, you just got to watch film and find out what they're going to do. What's their tendencies, what's their favorite moves to do and stuff like that.
Did you get to do anything fun this summer?
I went to Hinton in West Virginia, did some smallmouth fishing with my brother and dad, so that was fun. And went fishing a couple times. That's about it. And that and football and golf. Yeah.
Better at fishing or golf?
I'd have to go fishing. Golf's not really my game, but you don't know where to go when I hit it. What is it?
Go fishing for golf balls.
Oh, I lose probably 12 every time I go.
Came here, I mean, West Virginia kid coming here, has it been what you thought it would be, being able to stay home and, playing in front of so many people you know?
It's awesome. And if I had to redo it all over again, I would come here. I love playing for West Virginia. I love playing for my home state. There isn't anywhere else I'd rather be than here.
Is it, and I don't mean to phrase it like this, but does it feel like this is Big 12 champ or bust
for you guys?
Yeah.
I mean, would anything else be a disappointment?
Yeah, but that's our main focus. We want to win the Big 12 championship this year, and that's our only mindset. We want to make that game. We want to win it. So and I think that if you don't have that mindset, there's something wrong there. But yeah, that's our mindset.
Wyatt, having Bryce back up to full speed and full strength, how much can he add to the line in some type of depth role?
Yeah, especially having Bryce back. He improved a lot last year, but especially with his knee injury. But he's getting back to full health. He's playing good football right now, so having him back is a big help. What was it?
How good can the offensive line be? I mean,
We plan on being great. We plan on nothing's going to change from last year. That's our mindset. That's our standard. We want to be a physical team, physical O-line. So we expect nothing but being great.
Exactly.
I don't feel like we're going to lose a step.
What has your impression of Xavier Bosley been? Another in-state guy.
Yeah, he's playing really well right now. He came in the spring, but he's doing good. He's playing good football right now.
What do you think?
Kind of going back to what you were just saying about the wanting the offensive line to be great. Do you guys pay attention to the stat of like 16 straight games of 140 plus rushing yards? I mean, that kind of adds into that greatness you guys are talking about.
Yeah, we definitely see that. But again, we just want to go out there. We want to help our team win, and we want to run the football. We want to protect Garrett and any other quarterbacks in the game. So yeah, we just want to protect quarterback. We just want to run the ball.
I imagine going into a season knowing that, like, you're going in, Jaheim's had a year under his belt, going into the season knowing he's going to get touches. A little different than last year where he was kind of maybe, you guys knew about him, but he maybe was a surprise for fans. Does that add anything to the offensive line in terms of having more experience at the running back position?
Yeah, you just like Jaheim and CJ are like a little different. Like Jaheim's more speed, CJ's more power. So like when we're blocking for them, you just gotta know which type, because CJ, he's gonna be one cut and go, and Jaheim, you don't know where he's really gonna go. So it's just a difference there.
there's a difference. Garrett's obviously been playing for a while, but compared to some of the quarterbacks you worked with initially who weren't nearly as mobile, how's that change when an offensive lineman does with a mobile quarterback?
Having a mobile quarterback like Garrett, it allows like a little more, like you can mess up a little bit and he'll still break it out. Like he'll make you right, if I can say that.
The offensive linemen ever want to get together and talk to the officials about when you hold, they say a holding, number 75, did you make a great block? Nobody sees it, nobody says anything.
No, we try to keep the complaining down as much as possible, but yeah.
The kind of cliche people say is there's holding on every play, just doesn't get called. Is there holding on every play?
If you ask the defensive players, yeah, but if you ask us, no, we don't hold. So, but yeah, it just depends on who you ask.
Kind of going along with that. You see all kinds of different new training gear. There's stuff all along the sidelines, the seeker, waving the noodles at the quarterback, all that stuff. For you guys, though, it's hand placement. It's your target. It's that stuff that doesn't seem like it's changed very much, over the decades. Is there anything new in the way that, you've learned through your life as an offensive lineman, or is it just being really good at those things?
I say you got to be really good at the basic stuff, and also just really watching film, like watching NFL film. And that really helps because you see what they do and you try to mimic some of it. So I say that just the basic stuff. You got to be great at the basic stuff and watching film on other players.
Learn anything? Is it different, though, in like a hand placement or a strike zone or anything first, or is it just the way they execute it?
We try to do it the way Coach Moore explains it to us. So the way he explains it, that's the way we try to do it. And there's like different ways of doing stuff, but yeah, we just try to stick to what Coach Moore says, and that's how we do it.
Okay, anything else for Wyatt?